Good morning and welcome to the Tree House. Today is Tuesday, October 8th, and this morning we are doing a reflective reading, a general reading. We did the last 6 days on specific topics, and so I thought it might be timely for us to just do a general energetic reading this morning, and we'll be using the reflective spread. My layout here has been changed just a little bit, and so I may go off camera with the cards. I'll try not to. I just haven't quite got the lay of the land in this new position that I have here. So I have shuffled the cards before the video, and we're going to lay out the reflective spread. And this will be a general reading for the collective, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. This is the current energy, the challenge, the unconscious frame from which we are coming, the past influences, the conscious mind focus, and the future, where the energies were leading in the future if nothing changes. And so what I'm going to do this morning is to open them all up except for the Merryweather card, and we will look at all of the energies at the same time. So there's the present, the challenge, the unconscious frame, the past influences, the conscious focus, and the future energy. So what we have here are all but the cups. We have 2 major arcana. We've got a wand, 2 swords, and a pentacle. And so our energy this morning starts with speaking from the heart. That is the energy for the day. The three of Swords is the card of speaking truth from the heart. Sometimes that's very difficult, to be honest about something that is bothering you or hurting you or something that needs to be revealed. But that's where we're coming from this morning. The challenge is to see this information from a different perspective. And perhaps it's the idea of thinking about who is going to receive this message and how best to frame it so that it is helpful rather than just critical. Sometimes when we need to complain, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but a complaint is to say, I want something different from you. And so when we do that, we have to remember to couch it in an understanding and frame it in so many words so that the other person will hear what we have to say without feeling triggered. And so that is the challenge, to speak from the heart, but to be cognizant of the fact that the other person receiving this truth needs to hear it in such a way that they will want to comply with what it is we want to change. The frame from which we are coming, the unconscious frame, is the 3 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles is the building of a foundation. And so it could be that whatever it is that you have to share today is really important to the foundation of who you are or how you want your life to be. Now, in the past, the influence is successful, and it is about being successful because we have had the help of others. And just to remember that we don't succeed all by ourselves. There are always other people who have helped us get to that place of success. So this being an experience that we have had before, perhaps somebody needs to help us think about what words we need to use in order to reveal this truth. It may also be that if we take the time to think about how we have addressed such a similar situation in the past, we already know how we can form the words that will lead us to the truth and the clarity without hurting anyone. And so when I look at the focus card for our conscious mind, that is exactly what we're talking about. The Page of Swords is somebody who is relatively new at wielding his sword, and so he's whacking away without really understanding just how big that sword is or how sharp it is. He can't even see the top of his sword. And he's got lots of birds there in the sky, which have to do with a lot of sort of flighty energy, a lot of thoughts about what it is that he wants to say. He's also somebody who feels vulnerable and then is unwilling to share things about himself, more interested in talking about the other people. And so when we speak from our heart, we have to remember to speak from our own vulnerability and not just say, you're not doing this right, or I need you to change, but here's how I feel about this. And this is why it makes me so unhappy. And if that other person is really interested in your happiness, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not, they will be able to hear your words in a way that makes them want to give you what it is that you're asking for. So what we will do is we'll pull a card for the page when we get to the end here. So where our energy is moving, the direction it's moving to, is to justice. And so perhaps there has been a wrong here that needs to be righted, and you need to speak up and clarify what that is so that it can be righted. So justice is about consequences. It's about making things fair. It's also about karma. And karma can be good as well as bad. Consequences can be good as well as bad. Justice can be good as well as bad. But that is where all of this energy is pointing us in a direction of things being more equal, because they won't always be fair, but more equal, with better consequences, perhaps for both parties, or a change in karma, which is also a very positive thing usually. So I'm going to leave Merriweather, which is the bottom of the deck, right here for us. And I'm going to just quickly shuffle for him the specific message of the page. So we'll just cut those and see what he has for us. And his message is another page. So this is the Page of Pentacles, and he is the one who's so excited about some new thing that he is learning about or that he is doing. And so perhaps that has something to do with what it is that you need to share about, some new project that you're working on. Maybe it's a project you are working on together. Highly possible, since we've got this Three of Pentacles in the unconscious focus. So now we have two pages, two pentacles, two swords, and a wand. Okay, so let's look at what Merriweather has to say to us today. And this is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a gift from the holy. It is the Damascus moment. It's something that comes to us like, oh my gosh, how did I not know this or see this? It is will, it is inspiration, it is passion, it is all of those good feelings about moving ahead and feeling confident. So if you needed to know whether to speak or not, this would be an excellent card to say, yes, speak. It will be successful. You know how to do this. You've done this before. There is a great opportunity for justice, especially if you've thought about how you are going to deliver that message. So that is what I have for us this morning. I hope this has been helpful, and if it was, please like, share, and subscribe. And I invite you to come back again tomorrow for another View from Above tarot reading. Blessings.